factory? Yeah, maybe. So the sorghum we're not going to get paid for immediately for the excess, because grain mill and processing and all the stuff. But the other 3 crops should be a straight up pay as you deliver. I'm not going to make an effort to deliver as much as is needed and then do the whole take the excess over to the grain mill. Be a little bit of a hassle, I guess. Okay, that's this side done. 22% full. We'll go, I think, about 2 in. 1, 2. So right about here. Turn that back on. We'll check the others. So the wheat is going to the farmer's market. Yes, the corn is going to the cereal factory. The barley is going to the elevator. Well, I guess that's the way it's going to happen. And obviously not going to buy the cereal factory because you need raisins and sugar and all of the things. I don't at this stage have any plans to grow olives or grapes. As with a lot of the newer crops, they seem to be quite labour intensive, and grapes more so because the narrowness of the lanes you have to drive through. They don't work with workers. It's just, it's very labour intensive. I mean, potatoes and sugar beets are labour intensive, but at least you can use a worker. I know I did watch Virtual Farmer's Old Stream Farm series. He did quite well with grapes, but it was a lot of getting GPS set up right so that his tractors didn't drift and crash into the vine supports. Not even sure if our garden does grapes. If our garden does grapes, we could think about doing grapes, but then you've got to buy the grape processor and turn them into raisins, which we won't produce much of them using the garden, and so it's kind of a bad economy to try and make raisins out of them. I mean, conversely, owning the dairy, obviously a great idea, because we are producing so much milk that that bonus income just doesn't make sense not to do it. And the same with the flour mill. I think I don't know, the flour mill and the bakery are generally good because the flour mill can process all of the cereals that we produce. And I mean, we've done all of our cereal harvesting. We're doing a few contracts, but there aren't huge numbers of contracts to do. And that flour mill is just going to produce, process all of our cereals every single year for the foreseeable future. And even if I don't even if I grow a ton of cereals, we're done by September. And I'm not kidding. We've got literally, I think, one more load of cereal, one more day of processing, and I will have processed all of the grains we've done so far. I turned off, I think it was the barley this morning, because that was completely processed. And I think we've got a couple of 1,000 litres of oats left to do, and then that will be all done. We can look when we unload. If I remember, I sometimes forget these things. And so, TV shows I watched. The new Season 3 Mandalorian trailer dropped this week. Is it going to be good? I don't know. It looks like things are changing in the Star Wars universe for the Mandalorian, but we shall see. Also want to know is where all those Jedi came from with lightsabers, because I thought they were all supposed to be dead, unless Luke's got his academy up and running, and we've jumped 5 years since the last episodes, the last season. Okay, we were going to look at productions. Barley, we've got 5,800. I turned off the oats, I think, this morning. Bread is processing. Bread, we've got 46,000. Another load of flour there, and it's done. We're stockpiled at 15,000, which means there's 6 on the ground, 21,000. That's 3 trips. So we're going to sell two loads of flour. And again, butter, we've got 500,000 litres here. And it's producing quite nicely. The tomatoes down here, we've got a good supply of stuff. I should probably go get a tank of water sometime. But I think we're about to start stockpiling these. I was going to look. We can produce sugar beets here. What was the other thing I was looking? Grapes. Doesn't do grapes. That's fine. I don't necessarily need to produce grapes, but that's maxed out. Well, there we go. I guess we're going for a short drive, and probably should turn that off. Well, sorghum is a heavy crop because we can't fit a full load in the trailer, or we can't fit the full volume in the trailer. I'm going to jump in the cab because trees. Ooh, we are struggling up this hill. So even with 388 horsepower, this tractor and this trailer is I'd say good combination. It's, we can haul it, we can make it to full speed on the flat. It's going to struggle on hills, but as far as efficiency goes, we're generally moving a good volume at a good speed. And here we are at the grain mill. So I said we got 6 pallets of flour here, so I'm going to have to start moving those. Typically I'm going to wait till next month. Just because I do my 1 month I do my monthly perishable sales and transfers. And I to unload, I believe. We're not making money, so, well, we wouldn't, because it's our place. Oh, excuse me. 80% complete. We are still tipping. You can jump back in the cab here. So yeah, I think another telly truck I would like. Telly skid, meh, but telly truck, yes. We've got the little tiny old skid steer at the farm for loading stuff. I think what might happen this run is we'll use the Roland, either the Deutz or this tractor, to do our monthly sales. Just because it's going to be too much for our TLX to haul. Now the TLX does have an unrealistic setting now on its van chassis, so you can carry, I think, 50,000 litres in one commodity. Okay, where did I hide the harvester? Over there. I guess we could look that up, but as I said, yeah, it's... Okay, so if we go to the store, we still have 4 things for sale. There. And... miscellaneous. Yes, TLX 2020. So this is capacity standard is 7,000 and unrealistic is 82,000. Even at 82,000, that is still, that's one commodity, so I would still have to make multiple trips. Fold, engage, and that's the truck itself. It's done us great up until now. It's been exactly what we needed. Yeah, maximum of 7,000 litres, so we're moving 3,000 litres of tomatoes a month, and it couldn't keep up with the flour. The flour was, yeah, we just produced tons of that. Way more than the TLX could cope with. So it was multiple trips down to the other store. But now we have butter, which means 2 trips from approximately where our farm is, 1 for the tomatoes, 1 for the butter. We take the flour down to, we take both down to the Maypole exporters because they give us environmental bonus when we have one. And then obviously the bakery is just down the road from there, so it's not too far out of our way to do that. But with the tomatoes now producing 9,000 litres, over 9,000 litres a month, and still the butter is producing 6,000 to 7,000 litres, I think. It's more than that little van can carry in one trip. And so using a flatbed trailer or a flatbed truck will just make that whole setup a little bit easier to do, because you can mix what's on the back. I'm going to have to live with the fact that off camera I can't auto load it into a flatbed, whereas the advantage with that little truck is I can auto load when you're not looking. So I sometimes do that. Oh, it's raining. Well, that sucks. I'm going to finish this off anyway. I guess our harvest has finished. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning though. Basically what's happening now is we're probably getting about 50% yield because of the rain. But yeah, there's so little left to do on this field, it's just not worth worrying about 500 litres of sorghum lost there. Okay, we can fold the auger up. We will close the lid. Oh. Yeah, the front end does lower now. I will put I'll push a button and unfold tipper, follow finish. What the heck is unfold? Close cover. Okay, that button over there, I guess. So we'll cover up the grain so it doesn't get wet. How are we doing diesel here? This equipment looks okay, so not too fussed with that. And we should get, no, we won't get paid. Okay, so this one we will not get paid for, because the production facility is ours, so we'll just get credited with a ton of sorghum, which we're going to have to turn the processing on for. And then we get paid for delivering a contract. And I can't argue with that. Getting paid is a good deal. I know Disturbed Simulations was talking about some of the things he misses from Seasons in Farm Sim 19 to Giant's implementation of Seasons for Farm Sim 22. And one of the things, I believe one of the things was crop drying out. Oh, looks like my keyboard's not working again. There we go. So it's raining now, the crop's going to get wet, but the crop doesn't dry enough to be harvested as soon as it stops raining. We have to wait a couple of hours for the crop to dry out. There were things where you don't feed your animals die. I want to look at weather. And it's going to rain until, well, I think we're here till lunchtime. Although the rain was a little bit late, so that's not a bad thing. And oh, look, there we go. So we can go back to productions. We did manage to pick up 3,000 litres of sorghum. So we will turn that on. As I said, I don't need to upgrade this because we are processing so much that it can't keep up. This one I would kind of like to upgrade because it'll get us to 96 cycles per month. What does cake need? Flour, sugar, we got milk, don't got eggs, do got butter. Could do strawberries, and then we could make cake. So yeah, Sugar is the problem for us there. Chocolate needs sugar. So I guess the problem is with this is one production divided by 3. This is 4 productions. So there's no division of output. If you have all 4 loaded, it will produce them that fast. This is divided by whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. If I turned them all on, I would get 1/9 of the full rate production. Okay, so that was delivered. Oh dear. Excuse me. And we could get paid for sorghum, I guess. Now, I'm going to want to sneak in here and figure out where to park this. I think we are good just driving along here. Turn that off. Let's go find... Yeah, that'll work. So 35,000, back to a good number. I mean, obviously, it's not great, but it's definitely a good amount to have in the bank for now. Move this up to here. Unload, back up. Take this over here. We'll park it up on the lane so we're just off the field. Then you don't need to go anywhere. Where was the entrance for this field? Oh, it was the farm track over in that corner. I'm not going to drive down there because, as I said, that's a little bit tight to get into this field. Ugh. And that's right, you go and stop right in front of me. Okay, header load point is on the right. So let's go and see if we can position this in the right place for the, looks like wheat field. I'm going to call that wheat field. Oh, you poo. I suppose having a short wheelbase Land Rover isn't too much bad. I'm trying to do this, I guess. Now I could park this here. We'll drive the harvester in, reverse it under the trees and break a lot of harvester bits trying to get it all attached. Potentially. But that might work. I will go get the harvester and get it all attached. But harvesting for now is done. We could do a flour transfer and sale. Because as I said, we've got an absolute ton of the stuff and I don't have anything better to do right now while it's raining. And at least it reduces what I need to do later. I did have the rear work lights on there. Cameo, welcome, and everything I think is going good today. Except I've got a corn harvest to do and I don't have a corn header. That's not a good thing. Okay, let's try not to break the auger out of the pipe as we turn it here. I think that worked. And we'll try and attach from in cab just because, as we've already established, this is not a very forgiving hitbox for connecting the header. Okay, so that's done. Should probably move the Land Rover up a little bit now. Okay, let's go get ourselves a tractor. So this thing has been serviced. Changed the oil filter, changed the fuel filter, changed all of the bits. I think we can probably refuel that too. How much milk do we have in the cow shed? That's a very, very good question. Not quite a full tanker. Okay. Not fussed about that then. Oh, the reason I did the line contracts earlier today off camera was obviously we now have a line spreader. So I can avail myself of doing that and actually earn some money on a piece of equipment we now have. It's leased, so we're paying for its use, but its hourly charge is quite low, so it's not a big deal. And select the tractor, then we can connect the spiky bit. Alrighty. So don't frequently run with a front loader on the Deutz, but we're going to need to for the milk butter thing. And we'll use the Roland. Which again, we bought this pretty much when we started and really haven't made much use of it since then. And that's primarily because we'll go forwards here. Okay, you have a spike on the front. Don't need spikes. Just don't tell health and safety I don't have a cage for this. Disconnect. So yes, what was this? Yes, the because we're doing round bales, I kind of prefer to use the bale collector rather than flat bale trailer, so we very quickly stopped using the roller. However, it's it's used, so it's not really of significant value to sell